Good morning and rise and grind one more time. It is Thursday. We've gotten over the hump and we are rocking and rolling on this wonderful day. Hope your day's as good as mine is. I'm going to just sit here. I already got coffee going. If you were with me on Tuesday or you saw the Tuesday stream, you know that Tuesday was a day I had a hard time getting up and getting going. It was just not my kind of day. Actually slept until my alarm went off at 4:15. Well, today was one of those days where I was up at 3 o'clock roaming, had everything all set up, ready to go. Like, what am I gonna do for the rest of this time? So I managed to get in my normal routine, which I had before I started doing this morning rise and grind, which just started this week. And so I've checked emails, I've been on Facebook, I've done Instagram. I actually did a post on Instagram right before this started, which is my second Instagram post. I realized I have, like 180 something followers, which isn't a huge amount. But I had never done a post. So how do I have followers where I've never done a post? So yesterday I decided to do one. And once I learned how to actually do an Instagram post, I did another one this morning. So we do actually manage Instagram feeds for some clients, but it's not something that I do. So it's not part of my little bit of the world, and it's not something that I figured out. I know how to do Facebook. I know how to do YouTube. I know how to do, but don't do Twitter very often. Let's see, what else is there which is out there? I'm sure that there's a bunch. LinkedIn. We've been figuring out our LinkedIn, both as a company and individually, is what those pages would look like. My LinkedIn page probably looks a little bit more like a company page, but that is what it is. But here we are. I've had a great morning, no issues getting up. I am on my second cup of coffee, which I even had time to get it brewed before we got started. And here we are. Here we are. Want to say this has been a great week for me as I've found a purpose for my mornings where I'm always up, but I find myself floundering sometimes and not knowing why am I up at this ungodly hour. Nobody else is roaming around the house, and I sometimes get some things done. I get some editing done. I get some things written, though not as much. I haven't been writing as much. I used to write a lot. And this has always been a productive time. Back when I was in Charlotte, for a while I had a house which I rented as an office, which was adjacent to a tennis club where I was tennis director, Windy Rush. And I would often, before I started living in that house toward the end of my time in Charlotte, I would go there at 2:30 in the morning when I couldn't sleep. I was living all alone. The girls were with their mom up in Virginia at the time. Maybe even part of it, they had already moved to Atlanta. But they weren't with me, so it was just me. And I would get up and I would head to the office and I would sit. The master bedroom was my office in the house we were using as an office. And I would sit in there and I would write and I would dream and I would plan and I would look towards the future and what were we going to do. And I was highly prolific at that point in time in terms of looking forward. I've always been a forward-thinking person. I've always been a dreamer. And I've always been a person who looked forward to things rather than looked back. I've often quote, and I misquote, unfortunately, because I don't know what the actual quote is, but how I remember the scene from a movie called The Gumball Rally was these guys in a car, and the one of them rips off the rearview mirror and throws it out the window and says something like, the first rule of Italian driving is what's behind us don't concern us. Well, I've often lived my life just like that. Whatever has already happened is in the past, and I don't look backwards. It's manifested itself in people thinking that I don't care a lot of times. I've had clients leave and had coworkers and other clients say, well, why don't you try to get them back and do it? I'm like, that's in the past. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my time with the people who have chosen to be here now and give them my full attention right now instead of looking at something that's in the past. People have made those decisions. And I like to look forward. I like to dream of new things. I like to always go, I am the proverbial CEO in that I often deal with things at the 20,000 foot level, a lot of blue sky thinking, what would we do? One of the things I've found is recently, I haven't been doing that. I'm stuck, not in the past and not in the future. I'm stuck with being moribund right where I am. And it feels so confining to me because it's not who I am. I am a person who is always going for something in the future. If the bar is set here and if I jump and my fingertips touch the bar, then I'm going to raise the bar up because I want to be going further. I want to be doing more. I want to be getting better all the time at each and every single thing that I do. So I've decided to devote Thursdays to looking forward. What are you looking forward to today? If you have something that you're looking at which you think is in your future, it doesn't matter if it's something you're doing at lunchtime today, because that's in the future. If it is your weekend ahead, so you can't wait for your work week to end because this weekend you have whatever it might be. It might be a college graduation, a ton of those on Facebook and Instagram and all of the social media this past weekend. It was college graduation week, and I am of an age where a lot of people who have been friends of mine and are certainly contemporaries of mine have kids who are graduating from college. So it's great to see all of those young people with their future looking so bright. They've been grinding for however many years, and I see some of the really precocious ones, and they've graduated from 4-year degree programs in 3 years, so they've got it done quick. I see others who have been struggling along what we used to call, they're on the 5-year plan. I think nowadays the 5-year plan is probably not necessarily a long, drawn out process. It's just 5 years, and it's what it takes when other things jump in, other life things jump in the middle. So I see them, and I also see some people who I coached when they were young who have gotten through all of the undergrad type grind already and are now finishing grad school, whether they be medical programs or PhD programs or master's programs. I see them, law school, so I see them getting out of those advanced degree programs and looking forward to now I'm out. Now I get to go do what it is I've been working towards for all of this time. So I've been getting up day after day, rising and working so diligently and staying up late to get the work done, grinding. And now I get to go do what it is I want to do. And while it may become a grind at some point in time, and I hope not, because I certainly believe find something that you love to do and it won't feel like you have a job. It will just feel like you're getting out every day and doing something that's just crazy fun. But now those people are getting to do it. I'm getting to do it. I wasn't anticipating doing this. I had to leave alone something which held huge passion for me for a long time. I went over 15 years and said, I don't think there's ever going to be a day that I don't look forward to getting out on the court with a young person and helping them chase their dream of being much better than they are currently at the sport of tennis. And I loved that. It was interrupted prematurely, but now I'm chasing something else. And it comes with the urgency of being at a place in my life where the responsibilities are much greater. I have to look towards retirement. I'm 56 years old, and at some point in time, I'm going to want to retire. I've got to look towards, I guess the other thing that I see this spring is weddings and kids getting married. We're heading to one sometime next month in another state and looking forward to it. But the thing I know about weddings and having 3 girls is there's a bunch of costs which, in theory, I have to pick up. So I've got to be looking towards, well, how am I socking away money for these weddings which are going to come? Not on the immediate horizon that I know of, and thank goodness if someone were to come to me and say I'm getting married, I'm saying let's have a long engagement because we got to figure this one out. But that's something that I'm looking forward to. And the grind which exists at the moment has been overwhelming of how do I take care of the future, so nurture what has to happen for the future and take care of today. Having 3 girls, having significant other, having home, having all of these things which I have to take care of, and at the same time do what I love to do, which is look forward. So today, whoops, got a quick kick in the camera. That's not a good thing. I'll have to move it further away. And actually, so it's kind of to give you a little behind the scenes, and I don't have a way to do it, what I actually just kicked is a little portable heater, one of those kind of Amish heater type things, which is underneath my desk out here, because in the wintertime it got a little chilly, but I didn't feel like I needed to heat the whole space. I just needed to heat where I am. So I have this little heater thing, and it sits down there, and I kicked it. Now where when I woke up this morning at 3 o'clock and I looked at the temperature outside today, or at that moment, it was 78 degrees. So it is not going to be cool anytime soon. So I probably need to kind of move that out of the way and create some foot space so I don't kind of kick the camera. I digress. Back to the future. I am looking forward to building things which are new. I'm looking forward to getting out and going on a little mini vacation as we head to this wedding. We're being brought in sometime midweek and spending time with the family of the bride and looking forward to it. It's going to be a time going to get away, going to not have any responsibilities. Haven't done that in a while. I don't know the last time I went to a wedding. So I'm looking forward to that moment. I'm looking forward to summer where my everyday doesn't start with, wow, it's going to be 103 today, and how many hours am I going to be on court? How am I going to stay hydrated? So the fact that I get to spend a good bit of my time indoors that's something that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the air conditioning. Haven't had it in a long time. I was looking at it, and somehow I still have a sock tan. I don't know how, because I don't spend a lot of time outdoors, but I still have a sock tan. So,
Good morning and
oh, what else am I looking forward to? Well, I'm looking forward to the day that my new business takes off. I'm looking forward to spending all of my time on these great big client projects, doing video, which tells the story of their businesses in a way that draws people to them, makes people want to engage with their brand, humanizes their brand. That's something I'm really looking forward to. What else am I looking forward to? Well, I'm looking forward to watching my kids develop an independence from me where I know that they're going to be okay if and when that day comes where I'm not here anymore. Because one of the things I've always prided myself on was I was not trying to raise children. I was trying to raise adults and put them in a place where they will be okay all by themselves. So they're not dependent upon a man. They're not dependent upon a parent. If they have one of those things, and honestly, that they are not only not dependent on a sibling, but are in a place where they can be the support system for siblings if the need arises. Because I hope that they will remain close enough, their lives will be intertwined enough that they will always be there for each other as hard times come along, because hard times just come along. Let's face it. Let's not be Pollyannas and think that nothing is ever going to be bad, because sometimes things are really just nasty, rotten yuck. And so I hope that they will reach that place where they are non-dependent and not dependent, but can become interdependent, where they can choose to do things together and for each other, but don't need each other in order to survive. So I'm looking forward to having them reach that place, hopefully while I am still here. And some of the interdependence is with each of them and me, so that we're able to live our lives, but we're choosing to work together in certain areas. We're not there yet. 20-year-old about to be 21 in a couple of months, 16 going to be 17 next month, and a 15-and-a-half-year-old. We haven't reached that place of maturity yet where they're in a place of independence. Independence, even, and certainly not interdependence. And ultimately, I'm looking forward to, and not racing toward it, but I'm looking forward to the other side of the dash. I miss my mom. She's been gone for 21 years now, and there's been tons of times where I wish that she were here. She's the most brilliant person I've had in my life. She had an ability to look at situations and figure out the core essence of what was going on and take all of the information coming in and sum it up clearly, succinctly. And at that point in time, conversations were largely over. She did it in work. She did it in our lives. And I'm looking forward to seeing her on the other side of the dash, honestly. I miss her. And there are times recently where I could have really used that crystal clarity, that insightful brilliance that she brought to everything. So I'm looking forward to it. What are you looking forward to as we go forward and you're looking at your life? What is it that you're looking forward to? I don't see anything in the chat yet which says to me, I I have any questions to answer. I really wish that there were some questions to answer. This is the fun part for me. I am someone who wants to interact with people. I don't want to be sitting here every morning just talking to a screen, a lens, though I'm going to keep doing it because I know that things take time. And I guess what I'm looking forward to more than any other single thing this morning is I'm looking forward to the time when the audience has grown here and this is something that you look forward to as much as I do, that this becomes a part of your morning and we're doing this together. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It looks like it's going to be a short one. Where, yesterday was a long one. My discussion yesterday on the First Amendment is one which went on for a good bit of time. I think we were doing it for about 45 minutes. And it was a good discussion. That will be next Wednesday. Next Wednesday will be the Second Amendment as we have White House Wednesdays. Today, Thursday, it will continue to be Thrill Taker Thursday. And what are you thrilled about? I hope to have some things to really throw at you of some things that we can look forward to and some things we can look forward to together. So that's about it for today. Gonna wrap it up. I hope your day is amazing. I hope you can continue to look forward to not use Thursdays as a throwback Thursday, where what you can actually do is take that rearview mirror and throw it out the window on Thursday and not look back, but look forward. Look forward to the end of your week. Look forward to your weekend. Look forward to what's coming up, which is absolutely going to be amazing in your life. That's what I hope you can use Thursdays for. I'll be here next Thursday, looking forward to what's coming up in my life. I will be sharing that with you right here, and I hope you'll be here. I also hope you'll be here tomorrow. I haven't figured out what Fridays are going to be yet. What is the theme? So part of what I'm doing today is figuring out the Friday theme that I can do, and I don't know, it might be random. I don't have any thoughts. If you have any thoughts on what Fridays should be, please place them in the comments. Whether you're viewing this on YouTube or on Facebook, please throw them in the comments and we will look and see. Maybe there's one that makes sense. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Please like, please hit the notification bell. I am doing this on the Dewey Evans channel, my own personal one where I do family stuff and everything else. It's not a business channel. This isn't a business. This is me getting up every day and getting on here and sharing with you what's in my grind. So that's it. We will see you later, and until later, peace out.